Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream again. I'm truly grateful, man. I never take y'all support for granted. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I know that Jacob Tanjay's on here. Michael Beach of Life, he's been moving, getting settled into his new place in Bahal. He messaged me yesterday. I hope he can join us today. Thank you, Jacob Tanjay, man. I really, really appreciate everything you do. There's my old heads on here. I love LaChon, W Secrets of Success, Jeffrey Tatter, man. Thank you, brother, man. This brother here, man, from Okinawa, Japan, man. He's been a blessing, man, for almost 3 years, man. This guy's really, I consider him a friend. He put me up on Thailand, and he's done so much for me, man. And I don't want you to think I ever take that for granted. What's up, Michael? Any new viewers and subscribers join us for the first time today, welcome. And anybody that's watching us on replay, the first thing I want to say is it's a blessing to be an old man anywhere in the world. Okay, I wasn't getting on old men. Hell, I'm an old man. I was talking about the attitudes of some older men when they come over here on that last video. The ones who seem to have had amnesia once they arrived here. Well, the cure for amnesia in the Philippines is a good mirror. They're looking in a damn mirror. But yeah, it's a blessing to be an old man anywhere, guys. Don't get that twisted. My double dipping video yesterday, guys they're so petty. They don't realize that my vlogs are about my life. Oh, you're double dipping with Siki Hoy. Yeah, I am. That's why I talk about it. That's why I talk about how expensive it is. My vlogs are about my life, if you haven't realized that by now. But they want to be smarter than the vlogger. Okay. What's up, Craig? The peso is 56.65. It's a great rate, man. I mean, it's staying up there. When I went and saved more last night after we came from the gym, they're giving 56.15, which is damn good. It's only like a half a peso profit they're making. King Arthur. I was looking at the news today, and it's crazy, though. And, thank God for the Philippines. And remember on that video, I said, I'm just grateful that there's a place like the Philippines where older men like me can come and the women are still interested despite the circumstances, right? So y'all think I just be on here talking. But here's a man who had sex with a cow pleads guilty in England. It says Liam Brown pled guilty this week to sexual penetration with a living animal and causing unnecessary suffering to a protected animal. He was caught on surveillance camera, and DNA was also lifted from the cow's behind. There's some sick people out here, guys. The farmers, they suspected that somebody was going up in their cows. So they set a trap for him, and they caught him. He had the nerve to be crying in court. They're going to sentence him next month, man. Boy, I tell you. Now, that's crazy. But what's up, Vincent Hinton, man? Thank you too, brother. These guys have been around for a long, long time. I mean, really, like when I had like 200 or 300 subscribers, man, they've held in there with me, man. These are guys I consider my friends, man, through the thick and the thin, because a lot of people, they're mad at me because they think every video I make is about them. It's really not, guys. Y'all not that important. It's about me. Everything I talk about, I've done. I'm one of those guys who's attitude changed. I received my old man's wake up call before over here. I did. But they think every video I make is about them, not realizing there's millions of old and older men who come over here on the regular. And I see them because I'm out and about. I don't live in a cave over here. And I want to apologize, man. On the last live stream, I lost my comments. I don't know what happened. But I want to apologize because that's the first time that's ever happened. But there was a funny video, but it was coming. It was coming, guys. Remember, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I get it out of the ether. But I've been watching, guys, here, I've been walking and training for this. For my walk is coming up. I'm just calling it the walk because it's going to be a walk. And you see these guys, even in St. Carlos City, man, and they're flexing, and just acting a complete donkey, man. Like they're really all of that, not realizing, man, there's no market for you over there. Okay? But anyway, we've got a topic, as we always do. And the topic today is the pros and cons of having a live-in partner in the Philippines. Because we always say, hey, live single if you can. But we never really go into any details. And we're going to do that today. Yeah, bestiality. He said, was that cow named Shirley? Oh, man. It's crazy. King David says, usually never a good idea to live with your partner. Too many things can go wrong. Well, let's talk about some of the pros. And anybody, I want y'all to chime in. This is your live stream, guys. Really, it is. Just the fact that we have a topic means absolutely nothing. I always try to have a topic to fall back on. But let's talk about some of the pros because it's a lot. You got this young, attractive woman in your eyesight every day. Whenever you get the urge at night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, she's there to cook, to clean, the whole 9 yards, guys. You get company, somebody to talk to over here 8,000 miles away. There's a lot of pros to it. You have a friend, you have somebody that can show you around, give you the ins and outs of the place, right? So that's a lot of pros, okay? Because a lot of us, that's what we come over here for. We're coming over here looking for a partner, a wife, a live-in. But then some of us are not. We unconsciously do it. We commit to doing it online before we even get over here. We think it's normal, but it's not. It comes with consequences, good and bad, and that's what we want to talk about today. A lot of bad consequences. Now, I'm not complaining because I'm talking about, I've been over here on and off for 14 years, guys. I've done all my plan. All that stuff is over for me. I've seen enough of the Philippines if I don't see anything else. But when you first come over here and you get into a relationship and she's your live-in, it's like being in prison. And remember, the Filipina has a tail. It's going to be her children and her family. It doesn't mean that you have to take care of them or anything, but she's going to take care of them. And she's going to make sure that they're taken care of. Because a guy asked me today in the comments, he said, Calvin, can I find a woman over there where I don't have to pay money to her family? Absolutely, but she's going to share her blessings, guys. I mean, it's just how it is. But yeah, it's almost like a prison. You're being in a prison because they're going to want to go everywhere with you. They don't trust us. They think that everybody comes over here and we're going to see 4 or 5 different women. Okay, this is a fact. So they don't trust you as far as they can see you. Ask my buddy, he'll tell you. That's my buddy Franz. Hell, he couldn't even go up on his damn balcony without the woman want to go with him to the swimming pool, to the gym, none of that. You know, they don't trust you. They think there's a woman up there somewhere. Had. And that gets old, man, you know, because even at home in America, man, I could go to the gym. I could go to the mall. I do basically anything. But over here, man, it's like you're in a prison. And, you know, that's one of the cons about it. They're going to stick to you like glue. Hey, Jack. Where you going, hon? Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot. Wow. Who's getting out of school already? That's my buddy, Jack Wolfinger. Well, he's in Dumagetti. Mr. X says they don't trust other women, do they? Absolutely not. They don't. Because they know what the situation is, guys. It is what it is. We're not the only one that knows. They know on the other side. Remember I said that, you know, this is a place where young women are still interested in us despite the circumstances. They know what the circumstances are over here. You know, Marilyn is the one who coined the phrase dreamer. She knows that there's a lot of dreamers out there. They can't hook anybody on the dating site. They're dreaming that one day this foreigner is going to come, this knight in shining armor, and sweep them up and rescue them. They know about the dreamers and stuff like that. Duke Lopez said, Calvin, do you have any plans to ever bring your wife and daughter to USA? Yeah, but, you know, that's on down the line. When I do go home, I'd like for Marilyn to have her tourist visa. You know, Booby's a U.S. citizen already. You know, and if it does, you know, if that way I won't be over there long. I can come on back. But to live, no, I did that before. And, you know, my wife didn't run off. But she did like America just like I like the Philippines. And, you know, you can't be in two places at once. And that was the cause of our breakup. But she's happy. She's a good woman. She's happy over there. She's moved on, you know. But, yeah, they fall in love with America. Just like we fall in love with the Philippines. Because it's something different. Craig Anthony said we should have 166 likes, brothers. Come on, it's not hard to hit the like button. Yeah, I don't understand it either. You know, YouTube is underestimating me. They think I'm going to lay down, you know, because they basically taking me off the algorithm. I've got to put out the best videos I've ever put out just to get 10,000 views now. Really just to get 5,000 views. But I guess they thought I was just going to lay down. And it really is about content, guys, but on YouTube, it's not. It's a popularity contest. They're promoting the most popular channels, basically is what it is. They're looking at a lot of different things, but they're not really looking at the content anymore. But y'all are. And that's why I'm still hanging around. Otherwise, you know, I should have fell off the radar a long time ago, but I won't quit. But I still need y'all's help because that's what the algorithms are. That's what they're looking at. They're not looking at my vlogs. They're looking at you. How long are you watching the video? Are you liking it? Are you disliking it? Are you commenting? Are you engaging? They look at all of that. That's why you see a lot of crap on YouTube. That's what they're pushing because people like crap. So they're pushing all that crap out there. And they're getting the views and they're earning the money. Jack Wolfinger says, you have almost 51,000 subscribers. That must be one of the most popular in the Philippines. No, but that doesn't mean anything. Subscribers don't mean anything, Jack. It's views. If those subscribers were just watching my videos, it'd be okay. But that's not the case. You know, I'm just telling you that YouTube has a crazy algorithm. The best content is not always the most viewed content. They're not promoting it like that. Well, see that these guys know I'm here, you know, but I really can't deal with a lot of them guys because they entertain my trolls. You know, I'm not gonna sell out like that. He said you should give it Richie Mack and other creators to expand your views. But see, we're not bringing anything new to the table, really. And then they entertain my trolls. And I can't deal with people like that. I'm sorry, man. You know, I'm just being who I am. You can't be sitting at the table with my trolls and then but they never even invite me. So no. And we're not adding anything new to the table. Yeah. Well, because YouTube makes the money anyway. Gerald Sapaki says, makes you wonder why YouTube plays the sale game. Because they're going to make the money anyhow. And then, remember, they determine who watches you. They've got something called YouTube recommendations and all that, right? Because now YouTube is selling views. They're selling views just like these other crazy outside vendors that they tell you not to deal with, that it's going to mess with your click-through rate and all that. But then here they are coming back and doing the same thing. Silver New Jack says, I wonder what people think of Peace America content. A bit boring to me. You have the best content that I've seen on the Philippines, Cal. Well, thank you. But remember, it's a popularity contest. A lot of men, if you watch my 3-year anniversary, you saw a guy on there. There's thousands of guys like him. They're infatuated with her, man. They wear teeth, you know, and I'm not hating on the piece. She's successful. You can't argue with success, but I'm telling you that it's a popularity contest. They're not looking at her content. They're looking at these guys who will sit there and keep her channel on all day long, you know, and like it till the cows come home and everything like that. I mean, this guy had a picture of him and P together in the background. I was like, wow, man, you know, he's never met her. He's never talked to her. She doesn't know he exists. Yeah, thanks, Tobias. I appreciate it. Man, you know. I'm just trying to tell y'all what's going on because all of a sudden my channel dropped off. I could just scratch my nose and get 10,000 views at one time. You can't do that anymore. He said something about shadow ban. It's really not. I looked into all of that. They've changed their algorithm. It changes all the time. That's what that's what happens. There was a time when YouTube did look at the content, but not anymore. They look at the viewers. They look at you. That's why it's important that you hit the like button if you like it. He said, what happened to the lady left at the port by her husband? I don't know. I lost contact with her. We sort of fell out because I felt she used me and the channel. I was doing it for a favor. One of my friends, Robert White, he's a great guy. He's not a good guy. He's a great guy. He said, Cal, he was friends with them. He said, can you help this woman? You know, her husband left over here. She has nothing, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. So my community came and helped her. But then she says, oh, take those videos down and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. I said, lady, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You want me to take them down after we've sent you probably about $1,000 and all of that? And there's no telling how much money she got, much help she got. You know, people change like that. So I don't know. I wish her the best. But no, we sort of fell out. I don't, you know, and you got to be real careful, man. You know, I did it not for her because I didn't know her. I did that for Robert White because I consider him a friend. He's been over my house more than once. Hey, too much time on my hands, 65. That's Kevin. I met him and his girlfriend. He said, hey, Cal, I just got back to Houston 2 days ago. I missed the Philippines already. I told you would. After staying over here for how many months was you here? 7 or 8 months? When you coming back, by the way? Yeah, the infatuation, Jacob. These guys are really, imagine that if he's doing that, because one day he FaceTimed me and he had a hat with a face on it and a shirt with a face on it. I'm thinking, well, P must be selling t-shirts too, right? He said, no, I made this myself. Wow. I'm like, really? But that's what drives these channels, man. It's the same thing, they've made celebrities out of people, but the people won't give them the time of day. He says that picture with P and that dude was really stupid. It was cringy, man, really. But that's what it is. Yeah, YouTube keeps moving the goalposts. It's not about content, guys, I promise you. Some of the craziest channels have the most views. And then, see, YouTube's got a lot of power. Did y'all see where that Fresh and Fit was demonetized? I mean, these guys was getting paid on YouTube. And, I don't know if it's haters. I don't know what it was, but YouTube demonetized them. Just like, boom, they were gone. They still got their channel, but they can't earn any money from it. They were getting, I think they were the highest super chat earners on YouTube. But something happened. Okay, he's coming back October 11th. That's really not that far, really. I love the China said people do that with celebrities that they never met all the time, Calvin. Her viewers turned her into a celebrity. Yeah, I just think to whom much is given, much is required. Imagine if she just decided one day, if she's capable, I really don't know her, of having a live stream, just one live stream. It would probably set a record for YouTube, for a type of channel that she has. Imagine how many people would probably attend her live stream because it would be the first that she's ever done. Engaging with her, the people who made her. Hey, Jay Hawk, he said, what's up, brother Cal? Great live again. Just saying hello from Playa del Carmen. Man, I'm going to tell you something. That was really my first choice until I came to the Philippines. I was all packed, ready to go. I went to Playa del Carmen in 2000, I think it was 2007. And man, I fell in love with it. The people treated us so well. I don't know if it was because we were on the resort or not. TJ said, I just got here. What are we talking about? It's the pros and cons of having a live-in partner in the Philippines. I know when you're here, you have a live-in partner. And there's a lot of pros and a lot of cons. Okay, here's some of the cons again. Imagine the heartache that could have been avoided if we had just waited instead of moving the woman in right away. Just a lot of couples that move in together right away and they don't make it. And the Filipinos really tore up about it because she's giving it her all. The man comes over here. He's like, okay, well, it's on to the next. I mean, a lot of these women, they put their heart and soul. They're betting it all on you. You move them in, y'all living as a couple. Then all of a sudden you wake up one day and say, oh, it's not going to work. And women are tore up about that over here. See, y'all don't see the other side. I see it. But a lot of heartache on both sides could be avoided if you just wait, man. You don't have to move in. We move in from day one. Okay? From the day one do we move in. I mean, we don't even know them. We know absolutely nothing about them. They know absolutely nothing about us. here's something else I noticed. Men say that they don't want to get married, and they unknowingly enter into a marriage type of situation. When you moving with a woman over here, you're married. I don't give a damn. Yeah, she's always here, he says. And the con, she's always here. He says he's going to check out Manila for a week. If you can, if you can last a week up there, I can't last a week up there. He said, plenty of Pinays in Australia, no need to waste time in the Philippines. Yeah, I don't want them outside the Philippines. I'm sorry, buddy. Okay. You can have all of them. You can have all the Filipinos outside the Philippines. Okay. Okay, they did racist content. Well, hell, one of the guys was black, wasn't he? Or was both of them black? I knew they were making bank. He says I got conned out of 5,000. What do you mean? What happened? Hey, Thomas's Philippine life said, how's it going, Brother Cal? Battling these rain bands from Hurricane Idalia, is that how they pronounce that? Idalia? Flooding and some power outages here in North Carolina. A friend of mine, he works for a company. They're down in Florida now, waiting for it to, I guess, subside so they can start, the cleanup. It's big money, man, chasing them storms like that. There's no reason why you should be unemployed in America. Just follow them storms, man. You make good money. He said, don't move them in. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, that we do that, but we do it unconsciously. We do it from the moment that we start really chatting and getting comfortable with them online. We move them in, okay? Because we chat with them, it doesn't obligate us to take care of them, and in some cases, the children and the family, because they're all in it together. You may not think you're taking care of the family and the kids, but you are. But we chat with them, and we think we become responsible for that. And I don't know, they're very good at persuasion. The peekaboo game is good, guys. Especially, you've been over there, you don't want them long dry spells, and she starts coming out of her clothes. And they're doing that now. You're sprung already before you even get on the plane. But here's what I'm saying about, hindsight is always 20/20, guys. Remember this, okay? This is one of the biggest mistakes I made over here. I've never lived by myself over here. That's a big mistake. That's a big no-no. That's why I'm telling you, don't do it. Not initially anyway. Take some time, man. Here's my buddy right here. He'll tell you I'm telling the truth. He says, Mally, thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, Brother Cal? I don't need a Filipina outside the Philippines. She's watered down. I want a pure one. Absolutely. Thank you. You couldn't have said it better, man. Hell with that. There's plenty of them in Australia. Yeah. Are you sure you want that? I don't. I've met them in America, man. It's cringy over there. It's just like meeting a white woman over there, really. They want to be white over there. Once they get over there, man, they mainstream America. And he's like, When I took my wife for the first time to that Catholic mass, it's a good thing that I'd already been coming to the Philippines for 5 years. Because if that was my first experience with Filipinos and Filipinos, I would have never come over here. Oh my God. They got Americanized really, really quick. There's no smiles. They're so plastic. There's no friendliness. There's nothing, guys, like that. So, yeah, you can have all them Filipinos outside of the Philippines. I don't want them either, guys. I'm sorry. It's crazy. But yeah, here's something that we can do that y'all don't even think about doing. You can help them without moving them in. It's probably going to be better because I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing worse than spoiling a Filipino because now it's almost like having meeting a Filipino outside of the Philippines. You don't have to take them away from here to change them. And a lot of the qualities that you love about her, they're going to disappear. She's going to get lazy. The edge that we find attractive, you're going to dull that. Because we spoil them, man. That's the worst thing you could do. And we all do it, and we don't listen. Because we say don't do it. So let her stay wherever she's staying. You can still help her. And guess what? In the morning, she's going to be there anyway. She's going to knock on the door to wake your butt up to make sure you don't have nobody in there. But at some time, man, at some point, we need time to ourselves. And you just don't get it, man. And if somebody's telling you that they do, they're lying. I was playing tennis, man. Imagine this. I was playing tennis. It was me, another American, a Canadian, and 2 Australians. The American guy, his girlfriend would come to tennis every single time we played with him. I'm like, lady, stay your ass at home would be what my thing. That's what I would have said. But this is what you're getting yourself into when you move them in. Okay? Bruce says, Calvin, I survived single for a year now. Just finished my motorcycle trip. Is this bumps and bruises? No, yeah. I think it is. Says, just finished my motorcycle trip, 20,000 all over the Philippines. Been amazing. So come to Thailand. I have a house in Jamtian. Yeah, I think this is bumps and bruises. He stayed in the guest house. He's a great guy, by the way. He's got good videos. He made a remark one time when I interviewed him. He said, I don't know what all this crap is about comparing the Thailand to the Philippines, he said, because we know so little about each country. And he's right. He says about 8 or 9 places that people come to in Thailand, and they think they know Thailand. Same with the Philippines, man. Very few people make it outside of Manila, English City, Cebu, and, Expat Alley, but they become experts on the Philippines. And they'll tell you what they don't like about the Philippines. And the Philippines is this and it's that. They have no idea, man. This place is spread out. There's places here that aren't dirty. They aren't trashy. Okay? But he made a great point about that. Hey, Ryan, the Eating Warrior, thanks for that super chat. He said, we're our own worst enemies when westernizing our Filipinas. It's true. We think that we have to take them to America. No. The minute you start dealing with them, the minute they move in with you, they start becoming Americanized. Remember, I did a video on that osmosis is real. You raise her standards, her expectations, everything, she changes. The minute you spoil them, because we do that, you've lost the Filipina that you had. It's best to just let them stay where they are. Help her, If that's what you want to do. See? He said, where's the best city to go in the Philippines? You would just be getting my opinion. I've been to very few places, but hey, Booby. Booby got a star. Give me fist bump. Booby got a star. I've yet to go to English City, even though our meet and greet is going to be in English City in October. They've already got it set up there. Thank you, Sammy Davis, for that. I've yet to go there, Subic Bay, Clark, but I've been to Manila, Cebu, Davao, General Santos, Zamboanga City, Dumaguete, Cagayan de Oro, Dipolog. It's a lot of good cities, man. It just depends on what you're looking for. Miss Pee Wee Barnes in the Philippines says, hey, Calvin, it's a beautiful day here in Iloilo. Are you still exercising? Absolutely. I'm getting ready to do the walk September 16th from San Carlos City, Negros Occidental to Dumaguete, Negros Oriental, 165 kilometers. People seem to think, oh, ho-hum, it's no big deal. What are you doing that for? They're not getting excited about it. But I'm excited about it because I'm going to have to do it. So, yeah, right now, I'm going to show y'all before and after. Remember, I got a trainer over there in the gym. He's got a picture of me when we first started. It's going to shock you from then until now. Remember I did that video? Bruce says, I've been everywhere. We should do a second interview. My ideas are about pretty much everywhere. Yeah, we can. He says, what's your expenses monthly? Well, remember, man, there's 6 people in here. So I would say I'm at about 1,500 in my house here. See, we're going to give up that place in Siquijor. September's going to be my last month there. I can't make it work. Booby started school. We have to be here. You know, as much as I want to stay, I just can't make it work. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's a Morse Day, the walk. That's what I'm going to call it, the walk. He said the P's in a relationship. She knows hella U.S. idioms and old sayings to be a young girl. Yeah, you know, you can't knock success, okay? And, you know, she's a celebrity. If any vloggers over here are celebrity, I would say her and Paul Old Dog New Tricks about closest to celebrity. You know, do they put out good content? Not really, but people just relate to them. People like them. It's a popularity contest. You know, they're no different than anybody else, but they become celebrities over here. When you're at those meet and greets, yeah, there'll be a few people want to meet me, but Paul has a line of people, you know, because people relate to him. You know, there's a lot more white guys coming over here. They just relate to him for some reason. I don't know what it is, you know, because I've watched his stuff and I'm like, well, what is it about him? And it's not really, he's no different than nobody else, really. And I watch P's stuff because I'm trying to figure out why are they so big? What do I have to do to get that big? You know, and then it's just a popularity thing, guys. That's all it is. Yeah, he said P getting that money. Yeah, you can't knock that. I'm not gonna pocket watch her. Yeah, he's a celebrity. But I mean, you know, we don't watch him though. The people here don't really watch him. He's like most of his viewers are from the Philippines. I don't see a lot of older guys watching him because you never. If they did, he would be on Old Dog New Tricks. He would be on Filipino P. He would be on Vagabond Awaits. He doesn't do any collaborations with those people, but he's absolutely a celebrity here. Hey, Mopar, thanks for that super chat. He says, thank you, brother, for those workout videos. You really inspire us, over 55 guys, showing what can be achieved and that it's not over. I've lost 63 pounds so far. Wow. I'm an ex-football player and it's coming back. Yeah, see, that's the whole point. You know, I get inspired when I watch other older people exercising too. Mopar, I don't know if you've got ESPN, but they've got this CrossFit competition. These guys are 60 plus, man, and you'd be shocked. And I'll be like, man, if they can do that with all that strength and agility and all of that, man, surely I can do it. And it inspires me too. Yeah, if you've ever seen those, you'll see them. He said Dan is at another level. He does worldwide videos. Well, not really. He makes his living in Southeast Asia, now the Philippines. A lot of you guys remember he was just a regular guy until he came to the Philippines, guys. The Philippines is the star. When he goes other places, people aren't looking at him. He'll tell you himself. It wasn't until he came over here, he did a video in Dumaguete, and it sparked his channel. Okay? The Philippines is what sparks a lot of this stuff, guys. It does. He's not a world. He cut his teeth over here. This is where he makes his money. Well, see, I'm not trying to sell out. Marilyn really, I put Marilyn on when I can, but she really doesn't. She would be the same as the rest of those channels. A bunch of Filipinos just, that's all y'all want to see. I don't have that kind of channel, man. That's all y'all want to do is sit around and look at women all day. Well, come over here. You don't need YouTube for that. Yeah, I've seen it. Man, this stuff is not new, guys. This stuff is not new. None of this stuff is new. It's just coming from a new place. I've seen that before. He says, have you seen anything from a channel called Old Foreigner? Yeah. He talks about stuff that I was talking about 3 years ago. At some point, you got to find something new to talk about. Well, it does. See, y'all missing the point. Chris, so influential. He said, make it appeal to younger guys, bro. YouTube, the algorithm does not look at content. Okay? They're looking at you. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at the viewer. It has nothing to do with the content. Does YouTube have a community standards? Absolutely. Community guidelines and all that. Yeah, but trust me, man, they're not looking at the content anymore. Ryan the Eating Warrior, thanks for that super chaser. Some guys just like hearing what they want to hear, but it coming from a Filipino. Yeah, that's right. That's all it is, guys. I mean, that's just how it is, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys, I tell you all the time, if I had a pussy, man, imagine. Most of my viewers are men. Okay? And I'm sure a lot of these Filipino channels that are popping up, guys, that YouTube is pushing out there is because you guys are there liking everything. You watching it all the way through. You're not learning anything. That's why they push it out there. That's why a woman can put a YouTube, she can put a vlog out and say what Filipinos fear about foreigners, and she'll have like the cucumber on there, what that signifies, and y'all punch on that. She's not telling you nothing you don't know. Yeah, but see, you gotta understand. Who am I gonna collab with, Chris? Who's gonna be on my level but Paul, which he's never gonna have an intelligent black man on his channel. Because he knows when I sit in there beside him, he's gonna have to tell y'all a whole lot of stuff he's not used to telling y'all. Because I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna go along to get along. The same with P. They're never gonna have me on their channels, man. Who am I gonna collab with? Sharon Lapu Lapu? Come on, guys. Be real. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm okay with it. I don't have to be Mr. Beast on here now. But let's get back to this. Remember, you don't have to move the woman in to help her, guys. It's probably best that you don't. Okay, because at some point, you're gonna say, man, and I think this is what breaks up these couples, these relationships. There's just no me time. You're leaving that over there and you're coming over here, saddling yourself with the same thing, man. That woman gets heavy on your back. Okay. See, and it says, like I said, spoiling a Filipina takes away many of the qualities that we love about them. They become ungrateful, unappreciative, taking us for granted, feel like they no longer have to impress you. There's nothing else they have to do. You've already got them in here, okay? They think that they are the prize and we should be happy they are with us. This is what we do when we spoil them, when we put them on the pedestal. Next thing you know, it's going to be like you're dealing with a woman over there. They get stubborn and all of that, man. Be careful. All you got to do is remember your worth and what you are bringing to the table over here, to the relationship. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. Remember your worth and what you're bringing to the table over here. A whole lot. All right? A whole lot. He said, no, you should be Mr. Beast. Yeah, guys, don't ever forget that. See, that's what we forget. So next thing you know, we've turned it upside down. They flipped the script on us. Bruce says, having lived in Southeast Asia for 34 years, I tell guys all the time, do not spoil these girls. They lose our respect for you. Yeah, and they lose the qualities that you really like about them. They can make it, man. They're used to living hard. They're not really used to living the way that we, the lifestyle that we give them. It's hard for them to really get comfortable. And that's when the troubles start. But they're not going to listen to you, Bruce. And you've been over here for 34 years. We automatically do it. We unconsciously do it because we think that she's the prize. So we should be paying her when the fact is she should be, with everything you're bringing to the table, she should be doing everything for you. But y'all don't believe me. Look at everything you're bringing to the table and what she's bringing. She should be doing everything for you. You're going into debt before you even come over here. You got to buy that expensive ass ticket. It's not cheap to come to the Philippines nowadays. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Then you got to find a place to stay. You got to eat. You got to do everything. See, when you have a live-in, that's double dipping in several ways. Okay? Even if you think you're smart and you're going to say, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put her on an allowance. Well, you're already paying for everything. You've already given her a life she's never dreamed about. And then you're going to give her an allowance too. And then if you go to Manila or somewhere else, you still got to, she's not going to buy the plane ticket out of there, dummy. You're going to do it. That's double dipping to the extreme. Hey, Ryan Eden Warrior, thanks for that super chat. He said, we are the table and the party. Ain't nothing going on without the foreigner. The girls are damn a dozen. You are in scarcity. But you can't tell us that. We come over here with such a messed up mentality, guys. You can't get through to y'all. This guy had a picture of him and P painted in the background. Him in his younger days and P now. If you don't think that's creepy, man, but those are the type of guys that are coming over, a lot of them now. They're in a fantasy land. And they get over here and they spend all their money on the women and everything like that. They create an illusion. Okay. Hey, bro. Say hello. You're back in school. Give me a drink, please. Hey, the kosher clinician. What's up, brother? Thanks for that super chase. A shout out, brother. You know, I always shout you out, man. I'll be checking out your channel. He's from I guess you would consider yourself the manosphere, right? Everybody's talking about the Steve Harvey thing, and I don't wish bad luck on nobody, guys. You know, if it comes out, yeah, this is man, that The one was cheating. I mean, so what's he different? Hell, he's 66. He's not Justin Bieber either. He got to know the same thing that happens over here happens over there, just on another level. But that's what happened to Steve. He got his old man wake-up call. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. He probably can't, that woman's got an elephant pussy. I guarantee you that. And that big boom guy is probably the only one that can fit in that damn thing. Hell, she's fooling with drug dealers. Matter of fact, I believe she was fooling with, she was dealing with one drug dealer. He got locked up. Then she started dealing with his first cousin or his brother or something, long before Steve Harvey. Hey, Michael Alexander, thanks for that super chat. He said, Brother Cal, you're changing lives. That's why I do it, man. That's why I do it. That's why I'm going to stay here. YouTube underestimated me. I know that the people want content. And that's enough to keep enough people around. They don't have to shoot me up way up there and make me a celebrity and all that, right? Because that's not who I am. I've never portrayed that, because people actually come here and eat at my table. We go out to lunch. We go out to dinner. We do all kind of stuff together because I'm just a normal guy. That's why I do the meet and greets, so we can meet each other. We need each other over here. I was glad to see King B. Stacker and You Dirty Puppy. They're hooking up. A lot of the guys, man, they've met some great friends from this community. That's what it's all about. Who has a better community than that? And by the way, let me go on here. I forgot. I wanted to say this because this is what my channel's about. Okay. Hal and his beautiful wife, subscribers of mine, the rock engineering is starting on their house next week. It was a direct referral from me. He said, hey, Cal, who built your house? How can I get in contact with him? And I gave him the referral. Now they're getting their house, and it's a beautiful house. Probably twice as much, maybe 3 times as mine. But it's a direct referral from my channel. See, that's what I'm most happy about. So they can have all that other stuff. But thank you, Brother Alexander. What's up, Dana Middleton? I hope you didn't get mad at me. I wasn't talking about you on that video. Guys think I'm talking about them. Every time I make a video, they think I'm talking about them. See, let me say this again. It's a blessing to be an old man anywhere in the world. I wasn't picking on old men. I'm talking about those old men over here who have amnesia, who forget what life is really like for them in their own country. So they come over here and they turn into John Shaft. They start flexing and giving orders and talking loud and talking down to people. Yeah. Not realizing that they're a 78-year-old with bad knees and they still need help getting out of the bed. I meant to go back to Carl. What's Carl? I forgot. It's not this Carl, but is this the Carl that from San Francisco? I don't think it is. Okay. Bijan Bain says, I watched the Peeves Daytona Beach interviews and the Bob Evans vid, but only watched a minute of the one in the big box store. You mean Walmart? Yeah, he said, good to hear about rock engineering. Yeah, they did a great job on on our house. And people saw that. People saw that. Ocean View Coffee Crew. What's up, Cal? John says, Cal, what does an American who wants to return to the Philippines have to do to own property, buy a house? Well, that's a good question for a lawyer over here. They've got some good lawyers over here I'm not going to practice Philippine law without a license. I couldn't tell you. But a guy did come on my comments and he said that you can start a corporation, a foundation, he said, and buy the land under the foundation's name. And like I said, you would probably have to come over and talk to a lawyer to do that. Southern Purchase, thanks for that super chat. He said, is it better to deal with a woman who has already dealt with a foreigner or one who has never? What's your boots on the ground opinion? Yeah, I've done a couple of videos on this. It's better to deal with one who hasn't dealt with a foreigner. Okay. And I'm going to just tell you why. Because Filipinos, when they're into you, they give their all. They love hard. And we come over here, man, and we turn them out. And you just don't want that because, trust me, it's going to take her a long time to get over him. And she's not going to be over him by the time you step in there. You're going to be a rebound. You didn't come over here to be a rebound. You know, she's not going to appreciate you. She's going to be skeptical as hell. You're going to pay for everything he did, I didn't do. Okay, you take her to Baraka, you think, oh, yeah, I've been here before. Palawan, oh, I've been here before. Okay? But the bottom line is, you're going to pay for everything he did, I didn't do. It's best to just have one where you're the first foreigner, because believe it or not, Southern Purchase, they want the same thing. They just can't be as picky as us. They want the same thing. They want an expat version. They want somebody who's never been to the Philippines before, who's never dealt with a Filipino before. That's what they want too. Of course, because of the the fresh experience. You know, they want to be the first one to teach you your first word of Tagalog, your first Filipino food and all of that, take you around and be proud of you and all of that. But it's the same thing, man. You know, when you deal with a woman over here that's already dealt with a foreigner, man, there's no way I'd go behind some of these guys. I'm just telling you, man. I wouldn't do it. I don't care how good she looks. I don't care how nice she is. Oh, it was his fault. It's always going to be his fault. I wouldn't do it because we turned them out. I'm just being honest. Okay. Nothing's off the table. We do it all to them. Okay. We push the envelope, man. So, it's up to you if you want to do it, but I wouldn't do it. He said, damn, Calvin, should I take down the painting of being Big Shirley? Oh, man. He said, Cal, you were talking facts in that video, brother. Yeah, I just see it enough, man. What I'm saying, look, regardless of age, look, let's be humble when we come over here. Let's practice some humility. We don't realize, man, the struggle for some people over here. You don't need to come over here and reinvent the wheel. We're not the first ones to show up looking for a young woman or a young wife. It's easy to be humble over here. I mean, because that's really what it is. You're not all that over there. So what makes you think you want to come over here and be all that? Let them treat you like that. When I was an insurance agent, my manager said, Calvin, it's always better to hear something good about you coming from somebody else versus coming from your own mouth. So let them say how nice you are and let them put you on the pedestal. Don't put yourself up there like that, man. We really look stupid. We know what the circumstances are over here. We know why these women are with us for the most part. Does it develop in love? Sometimes it does, but for the most part, it's all about the money and what you can do for her. And then her thing is, okay, I'm going to bend over backwards for you. I'm going to do everything that a woman's never done for you before. Okay? Yeah, I would, because hurricanes don't hit everywhere, Chris. This is the Philippines, and I made a video years ago. I'm going to have to make it again. Which Philippines are you talking about? Every part of the Philippine Islands is not affected by hurricanes. Okay? The hurricane that they had in December of 2021 here was the first one in about 30 years in Cebu. So yeah, with them type of odds, if you're gonna have a hurricane every typhoon rather every 30 years, give me those odds. You can't run from nature anyway. Now, would I say move to Cloven? No. And build there? No. Bulacan and Biko and anywhere in central Luzon? No. You have to know what you're doing. No, I wouldn't move everywhere like that. I wouldn't invest, but Central Visayas, Mindanao, you don't get that many typhoons, guys. Very few, as a matter of fact. So yeah, the Philippines is very spread out. It's very diverse, man. It's just as diverse. Y'all don't believe me when I tell you, but it's just as diverse as the United States. The people look different. There is no one Philippines. Do y'all realize that? And it doesn't take much to find this out. I think I'm lying. Each of these islands was really independent until the Spanish. These islands came together under the Filipino flag to fight the Spanish, really. But they have their own religion, their own cultures, their own languages, their own everything. Just as KJ, thanks for that super chat, said, women don't change no matter where you get them from. That's why dudes have similar stories about different females who never met each other. Now, one thing about Filipinos, they are different, but they're still women. You know, they're a little bit more submissive. They're a little bit more agreeable. They're a little bit more cooperative. The problem is us. See, a lot of men, we're not comfortable being the head of the family, the head of the house, if we're honest about it, because we don't have to do that over there. We don't have a history of that. So when they put you in that position over here, the pressure is too great for us. We feel like, oh, she's using us or some kind of way. Well, no, that's the traditional family. You said that's what you wanted. A lot of times it's not the women, it's us. That's what I was trying to get at in the live stream the other day. But, you know, it's hard for me. People aren't as transparent as me. People aren't as honest as I am. They're afraid of who's watching. So they're only going to say certain things. Okay, they're not really, going to tell you the truth. Why can't you hold on to a woman? It can't always be her fault. See? Paul Stanley, thanks for that super chat. He said, you talk about Filipino and Thailand. What you know I heard about Cambodia. Well, there's a guy that comes on this channel from time to time. It's called Edge Travel. I've never been to Cambodia, but he actually lives there. And I believe he's lived here in the Philippines before. And he talks glowingly about Cambodia. And he talks about, remember, the Philippines isn't the cheapest place to live over here. It's cheaper than the United States, but it's not the cheapest place over here. He says he's got a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. You know, he's really living like a king over there. You know, but he never really talked to me. He never said anything about the language and all of that. He was just really talking about, you know, the cost of living and, you know, evidently he's got a nice woman over there. But I know very little about Cambodia. See, I was going to travel around the world, Paul, but I came to the Philippines. The Philippines was a great fit for me. It isn't a great fit for everybody, but the people who love it, love it. And the people who hate it, they hate it. There's no in between over here. You either love it or you hate it. I love it. It was a perfect fit for me. Alpina R says, hell yeah, my woman was mad when I told her how many Filipinos I done ran up in conservatively. A rhino in a China shop. Yeah, they really don't want that no more than you want it. But he asked me no, you don't want a woman that's been with a foreigner, man. You don't want it. You don't want to come behind me. That's a fact. Okay. And I wouldn't come behind you guys because once a Filipino loves you, once she's into you, there's nothing she won't do. Okay. All right. They're going to try anything one time. And I want to be the first one. I don't want to come behind you, because they love hard, man. I don't want it. Thank you, Kobe Stewart, for that super chat. They're betting it all on you that you're the one. Okay, they don't have a whole lot of time. They're betting it all on you that you're the one. That's why they do all that stuff. And then they'll try to hide it, but you will know. There's ways that you will know if she's been with somebody already, because she's not really going to tell you. Because she knows that you don't want that. It's almost as worse as her telling you she's got kids. Same thing. Thank you, Kobe Stewart, for that super sticker, man. C Grip, thanks for the super chat. He says, I'm handsome, good with women, and polyamorous. And every woman I date knows they have to share me, and I don't do drama. What life would be like for a man like me over there? Well, women over here, man, they date to marry, man. They're jealous, and to say that you couldn't be able to do it, I guess you could, but you would certainly have to be ducking and dodging and lying, and because remember, they're going to be on you like white on rice over here. It's going to be hard to pull that off. Can you do it? I guess it's going to be expensive, because you're going to maintain every woman you're with. You don't have a choice. You could go to the bar. But as far as playing the field over here, it's going to be expensive, man. It's going to be hard to do. It's going to be a lot of work involved in that. But, anything's possible. Mithringo, thanks for that super chat. He said, does the universe whisper in your ear right before your live streams, Cal? Because it's hitting home. I get my stuff straight out of the ether, though, brother. That's a fact. And I just like to talk about things that I know. I talk to a lot of men, guys. I know what y'all want to talk about, because it's the same stuff I want to talk about. We subconsciously move these women in with us. We have no idea what we're doing when we do that. We see everybody else doing it, and we think it's okay. It's hell in some cases. I'm a veteran over here, so I can handle it. But when I first came over here, man, I went through all the hell that everybody else went through. Not knowing the culture, not knowing. All I got is a nice looking woman laying next to me in the bed. That's all the pro I could see out of it. Because my woman would literally be looking over my shoulder when I'm online, trying to know my passwords, sneaking around. I could go to the store and I'd be damn, there she is. That's the kind of stuff we run into over here, man. And we have no clue. It can be good over here. When it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, man, it's bad over here. Hey, Ryan, the Eating Warrior, thanks for that super chat. He said, polyamorous lifestyle is like a time bomb, I think, in the Philippines. Yeah. Only amount of time till one gets jealous enough and chops your thing off. Or worse, they're going to blacklist you, man. They're going to get you deported. Remember, they're putting it all on the line for you. This isn't just a normal relationship when you come over here. The parameters aren't even normal. This is what I can't seem to get through to people. The relationships over here are not normal. They're not normal relationships. They can become normal after years of working on it and, smoothing out the rough edges and all that. But when you first come over here, nothing normal about these relationships, man. Just look at it. 76-year-old man with a 26-year-old woman. There's nothing normal about that. And the women seem to be okay with it. You can't tell if they're faking or if they're real, because they're going to do everything for us as if they did love us. whether they love you or not, man. It's crazy over here. But yeah, it's going to be hard to pull that off because she's going to be on you like white on rice. They do not trust us. Don't care how long they've been with you. They don't trust you. Will Woodard, he says, hey, Cal, at 67, I still have youthful mindset, but wasn't in the gym. I'm back in the gym now, week 2, still feeling the burn. Thanks for the inspiration. Man, you're welcome. It's never too late, guys. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. That's what happens. Society puts that in our mind, you old, you can't do anything. If you want to get inspired, turn on those CrossFit competitions if you're 60 and see these men and women. You be shocked, man. I don't know if they're on steroids, whatever. It's still impressive. The endurance, the agility, all of that, man, the power, you'll be like, man, if they can do it, I can do it. He said, Paul, not in the Philippines. He said, Bob, it in the Philippines it ran. No, it happens a lot over here, especially when it comes to locals. It happens all the time. All you got to do is Google it. Just put, Filipina chops her husband's peanuts off. You're going to see stories come up. Merlin says it happens more, but it's not reported. People are too ashamed, because it's almost like, and you say, well, how can they deal with the pain and the infection and all that? Well, my son, of course, he's in America now, but he grew up in the province, the mountain province. It was just like something on Roots when they did his circumcision. It wasn't in some doctor's office, in some hospital setting. The shaman came around with that knife and cut all that off, man. He was in a bunch of pain, like a lot of these young boys are over here. It's like a rite of passage. So they just going a little bit further, cutting that damn thing off. Yeah, they'll chop it off. Matt T says, it's rude to ask a woman there how much money they make. No, they're going to tell you if they're working. And that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. If you are with a woman, okay, and she's got a job and she's working, man, let her keep her job, man. Don't make the mistake I made, man. My son's mother, I felt sorry for her because she was working 7 days a week. She did not get a day off. And then she got a day off every 15 days. But she wanted to work that day because to send the money, she was sending all her money up in the mountains to her mother. And I said, okay, I'm going to just quit your job. Well, she didn't know what to do with all that time. So I became her job. She drove me crazy. Let them keep that job. And then it's a source of pride, And then she's not going to take you for granted. She's going to keep those qualities that we love about them, guys. The minute you move her in and you start buying all this stuff and she's living these high standards, man, she's going to change, guys. And then, you're going to regret it. You're going to be saying, what I done got myself into. And it's not going to work. Then you're going to go to the next one and the next one and the next one. You can help women over here without moving them in. And that's the best way to do it. Because at some point, you're going to want some time to yourself. You're going to be like, man, wow. I mean, you're always here. Just like TJ said, the pros is she's always here. And the cons is she's always here. Okay. TF Glenn Allen says, you spitting facts, bro. I live in Central Minden now and can barely go to the CR alone. It's a fact. And then they'll do crazy stuff like fix you lunch when you just got finished with breakfast. And then they'll get mad because you don't want to eat lunch. It's like, well, I just ate. Let my food from breakfast digest. And, they got you on a time scale. That's why a lot of guys blow up over here. You're eating too much, man. Yeah, that's what we do. And there's no it's in it, but I've seen it. I've seen it. A lot of these Providence girls that you would never know. They've been with several foreigners, man. Because you're looking at them, you're not asking them have they been with a foreigner. They looking innocent. Okay, they've been with foreigners, man. Because everybody wants a Providence girl now. Well, there's only so many Providence girls. You know, if you really want to meet a real Providence girl, okay, Merlin put me up on this. We were in Cebu Sunday. Okay, yeah, we just got back from Cagayan de Oro. Okay, so we're walking. It's about 9 something, right before the mall's open, and she see these 2 little young girls. They look to be like maybe 20 years old or something, and you could just tell the way they were dressed. And they all in all the Cebu. She said those are maids, and they get the weekend off. She said you can spot them from a mile away. See, those are the ones you really want to meet. We want to come over and meet the refined ones already. And sometimes that can be trouble. When they're too refined, you know they've probably been with somebody already. He said, come on, ask me. So many Providence girls. Yeah. He said, I don't see how they can eat that much. Yeah. It's true, man. I'll be like, I just got finished eating. But here comes the sinigang or the damn beans or more pork, the chicken. It's just one meal after the other. Yeah, Jay Curl said your Filipino is going to be on you like a tick on a dog. This is what we don't realize, though. We think, oh, yeah, she's so nice, she's so sweet online, right? While we're chatting with her online. But the minute you move her in, guys, oh, man, it's over. Yeah, she's going to do all that for you. She's going to earn her keep and all that, right? But after a while, you're going to be like, damn, I can't even go anywhere without you being there with me. She's going to let all her friends go, all her hobbies and activities go for you. You're going to become her whole life, man. And it gets old real quick. But a lot of you guys, all y'all want is sex. She's going to give you that. He said, I heard they eat very unhealthy there. Well, it's like anywhere else, guys. Go in America and go into the urban areas and you see that they're buying those 99-cent double cheeseburgers at McDonald's, which aren't the most healthiest thing, Chris. Instead of using that same 99 cent to buy corn or something like that. It's the same thing over here. They're going to eat what they can basically afford. They eat a lot of rice, okay, because rice fills them up. I mean, y'all have to understand the struggle is real over here for a lot of people, man. But that's not everybody. One thing that's going to shock you about the Philippines, not just the poverty, but the wealth. You're going to see people over here that are just so wealthy, man, that you wouldn't believe it. You'd be like, am I in the Philippines? They've got that much money. They've got private armies over here. It would be illegal, some of the stuff that they do over here. Some of the most powerful people that I've ever met, and remember, I haven't met a lot of people, are over here. Their power would be illegal in America. That's how powerful they are. That's how rich they are over here. So don't everybody eat unhealthy like that. It'll shock you when you get over here. Yeah, he says you're going to be an albatross around your neck. Absolutely. And it's going to wear you down. It's going to wear you down. So that's why, okay, if you're going to have that, then you better have a woman that you really, really want over here. Don't be settling like we do. We want it easy. I was talking the other day on my live stream, and one of the problems men have is we're afraid to approach beautiful women, attractive women. So we'll end up with somebody who is easy. We want the easy, softer way. But a lot of times she's not the woman who we really want. The women who we really want, we're afraid of. So you're stuck in that condominium, that little 20 square meter condominium, with a woman you really don't want after a while. One guy, I met him in the restaurant in Cebu Sunday. He said, man, he was in that situation with a woman during the pandemic. He said, man, I wanted her out of the apartment so bad. It's like we lived two lives in that same apartment. I forgot how long he said they did it, for 6 months or whatever, because he was ended up stuck with a woman he didn't want. And I tell you. Hey, Tony, he said, what's up, Cal? Yeah, Bumps and Bruises says, oh, I'm never afraid, haha. I talk to and meet hot and young girls way better. Yeah, but you're the exception. Most guys, we're afraid to approach attractive women, the women who we really want and who really want us. There's a lot of beautiful, attractive women over here who would love to be with you, but you're just too afraid to approach them. So you take the easy route out. I see them, man. I see them they're just drop dead. People can say what they want to say, man, about Asian women. You come to the Philippines, these aren't typical Asian women, man. They're built, man. Some of them are just knockout gorgeous, man. You'd be like, wow, some of those beautiful women you've ever seen before. Yeah, that's the point, Dana. It's perfect. Yeah, this is what we usually settle for. Okay. Yeah, he says, hi, remember you said a while ago how good colleges are in the Philippines? Yeah, I did. Because remember, a lot of people come from out of the country. A lot of Filipino Americans, they send their kids back over here to go to school, especially like to become nurses and doctors like that. Okay. Now, don't spit any facts at me where the Philippines ranks in schools, because America's not much better, guys. If that's the best that education can produce over there, what we're doing, I feel sorry for us. We're no longer the country. We're no longer the standard, guys, really in anything, to be honest with you, except for military. Okay. Now, see, he's giving us some ideas. He said, Bumps and Bruce's Asian Adventures. He said, get a business card with your contact information. Make up any excuse to talk to them and drop them a card. Works very well. It's the simplest thing you can do over. Maryland told me about it, how to do it. You really try to find something in common with them. If you see a woman in the grocery store, or the terminal, or the airport, well, where are you going? If she says Cebu, well, I used to live in Cebu. Where you live in Cebu? It's that simple. It's not, hey, baby, and all that we do over in America. Y'all know what we do over there. You can't do that. He said, Calvin, get busy and shock the world and interview Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao, I seen where he's putting his house on tour now, He's one of those guys, like I said, but he's not one of the richest people over here. He earned a lot of his money from boxing, of course, but there's people who dwarf him. They literally own a whole city. John Morrison says, just before we got married, I was very honest with my fiance. I told her about my daughter and the vow and other stuff I'd done before we even met each other. And she was very understanding about everything. Well, a lot of times they are, because they can't afford to be as picky as us, really. You meet a woman over here and she's picky, that's a red flag. But they're trying to get picky now because we allow them to be picky. We forget our value over here. See, that does change when you get over here. Your value does change when you come here. You have to know your worth and what you're bringing to the table, basically everything. You don't understand, man, that new life that we bring, you can't put a monetary value on it. But some guys, they forget that. You know, they don't really understand the circumstances they're walking into. They're just watching these channels. They're, the woman's not going to really show you what's behind that curtain. A lot of them, they got curtains up. They're chatting with you. You know, the struggle's real, man, but she's going to flip the script like she's the prize. You should be happy she's with you. I don't care how old you are. I was really talking about being humble about it, though. Because everybody knows why we're here. Everybody knows the circumstances here. So when they see you come over here and you acting a donkey, like, oh, you all that, you talking all loud. You remember, these are people's daughters, their sisters, their mothers. You can't do that over here, man. You got to have some type of humility. They just look at you, they cringe, they laugh at you. You're like, who is he for real? They'll sit there and talk about you right in your face because you can't understand their language. Sit your old ass down, they say. You lucky somebody want to be dealing with you. Hey, Discerning Dash, thanks for that super chat. He said, I got a girl from the province, but she lives in the city. She got the mindset I wanted. I'm the first foreigner. You're right. They feed you a lot and they have a body. Yeah. And they're going to always, just like you, they're going to put their best foot forward. So you're putting your best foot forward. And it just takes a while for that to iron itself out. Welcome, Michael Beecher Life. He says, welcome to the new people in the chat. Good to see you. He says, I'm here for the coffee. He said, I'm there for the coffee. Yeah. Most of the time when you meet women in the city, they're from the province. My son's mother was from the province. I mean, she was province to the T, and they got an attitude, but she really has all the qualities that a man wants. She's in America now, having a house built. She was very ambitious, man. It was just that when I got over here, I didn't know what constituted a good woman in the Philippines. I was thinking, oh, well, I got her so easy, I can get somebody else. No, I was wrong about that. That's why, it's good to spend some time by yourself, hit and miss, so you'll know what a good woman is over here. You really don't know. What makes a good woman over here doesn't make a good woman where you from. And then you got so many differences. We want to sweep those cultural differences under the rug, man. If you can get along with a woman, that's a good start, man. Hey, TJ, thanks for that super chat. He said, today's the last day of Starlink's Philippine sale. If you have Philippine billing info, it's only $20,000 for the router. If you rely on internet and you're struggling like me or Beach, tap in. Yeah, that would be a lot of that's a lot of money for people over here. That's for the router, right? And how much is it per month? Because honestly, man, my PLDT, every now and then it gets stupid, but for the most part, 95% of the time, man, I got good Wi-Fi. I don't see any reason to switch. And now that I've got that Fire Stick over here, man, it's like the bomb. I don't know, if it's that much better, because I'm getting 150 Mbps. What is that Starlink getting? What's that pushing out? I mean, if it's not pushing out 500 or something like that, what's the point? Oh, wow. He said, Danny Jackson said, what's up, Cal? We got another typhoon on the way. Wow. The Philippines does too. Danny Jackson, he's in Okinawa too. Him and Jeffrey Tatter, they're partners. He says, bro, I done watched your internet up and walk away midstream. What do you mean? Now, that's very seldom. Not when I'm here in St. Carlos City, TJ. When I'm in Siquijor, yeah. But I'll take this PLDT over Starlink any day. He said, I challenge all you couch sitters to take the free online Tagalog classes. I don't know if that's a good thing. Do you really want to know what they're saying about you? Because a lot of times when you're in Cebu, they're not speaking Tagalog. So you sit there and you have all that Tagalog and they're speaking Cebuana. You come here to St. Carlos City and they speak in Bisaya. You go right up the road to Bacolod and they're speaking Ilongo. It's crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what people like. I'm satisfied with my PLDT. You can't sell me on that Starlink. Not at this point. King B says my lady speaks Bisayan. Yeah, see? So it's best to learn Bisayan, because it's just like English. Filipinos can speak English, but do they speak it? More than likely, no. 99% of the time, it's whatever their language is over here. They're gracious, man, and they're accommodating. When they do that, they're hospitable. And that's what they do. California World Traveler says, have you watched NFL games since you got your Far State? I just got it. I'm just really playing around with it. Not yet. I was looking at some, when he was showing it to me, he was showing me how to navigate it and everything. We were looking at some, highlights. Yeah. TJ says, because you work online, so you gotta have. I mean, it would make sense if I was a digital nomad, right? And I just had to have my internet because I'm moving around different places, right? Can you take that Starlink with you, TJ? Is that what you're saying? He said, what is Booby? Booby speaks English and Bisaya right now. Now, they'll teach her Tagalog at some point. I want to say the second or third grade. They call it Filipino. There's a Filipino course in school. But the kids going to learn, like Maryland's children, the kids that live here, Maryland teaches them Bisayan. But they really don't teach that in school. They're going to teach them Tagalog. They're not going to learn Tagalog here. They're going to learn that at school. Same with, now Booby's going to learn English here, but eventually she'll learn it. But Filipinos, they can speak English, but do they? See, they can speak Tagalog, but do they? Very little do they speak Tagalog here. So that they're not going to speak English all the time. Pumpkin Joe, Philippine Experience says, I like the fact that Starlink has given me more options where I can live with internet. Until I leave Dumaguete, I'll stay with my current internet service provider. Okay, yeah. And see, that's what, if you're in the province somewhere, Pumpkin Joe makes a great point. If I'm somewhere where I know if I was going to live in Siquijor 100% of the time, I would consider Starlink. But since I'm in St. Carlos City, which is basically a modern city, really, they've got PLDT, 5G, fiber optic. It's really, really good. I don't have any need for Starlink. But some of these places in the Philippines, you certainly need it. Camigan Island, where the internet is hit and miss. A lot of these places you need it. But I don't need it here. Hey, Rodney Woods, thanks for that super chat. And I'm glad to see Pumpkin Joe on here too. We should really support his channel, guys. We don't do it because this guy has some great content. He's got great footage, okay? And, he's more like, he takes you around and shows you stuff that y'all want me to show you. Well, he's showing you. He's out there in the restaurants, in the culture, in the province, different things like that. So that's not really what you want. You just want it from me. You don't want it from him. I would say support him. He's really got a good channel because I know he's getting discouraged. He's trying to build his channel for the last couple of years, and he's not having a lot of success because of YouTube and the algorithm. They're not going to show good content. They're going to show popular content. See? He's got good content, guys. I wanted him to follow me on my walk, man, with that drone and everything like that, man. We could create an epic documentary, Pumpkin Joe. I hope you rethink that. And he said, he's just kind of burned out. He's kind of discouraged with YouTube. But, sometimes you have to know when the universe is talking to you. When you're presented with this type of opportunity, man, could turn your whole channel around. Don't ever give up. Yeah, he does got a good channel. And I'm not lying. I mean, he's got some of the best drone footage you're going to see. And he goes into all these little nooks and crannies and places that I don't go. Because I don't have a car and 2 or 3 motorcycles and a big drone. See what I'm saying? Oh, that's Frank Tate. What's up, Frank? I see where Lilibeth's channel is kind of evolving. I like that about her. She's taking some chances. You need to get on there, man. And you need to help her. Have a conversation because y'all been together for a while. Y'all older couple. I think it'll be interesting. But yeah, that's Pumpkin Joe's channel again, guys. Give him some support. But let me read this, okay? VS says, Calvin, how would you feel if one of your 50-plus viewers reaches out to you asking you for permission to coach your older stepdaughter? Well, she's not old enough yet. She's only 17. But it's going to be her decision. She's probably not going to do it. Look, the women who do that, they have to do it. There's no secret, VS. Okay, the women who are from well-to-do families over here, they're not on the dating sites typically. It's the poorest of the poor women who are on the dating sites looking for that upgrade. That's just how it is. I didn't create the situation. I'm just telling you. Okay, so there's a lot of middle class, well-to-do families in the Philippines, man. And, their daughters are just growing up as typical Filipinas. They're not dating foreigners. It doesn't even cross their mind to date a foreigner. Because believe it or not, there's a stigma over here, even though it's been going on for so many years. They know that any success that they have is really attributed to the foreigner. Man, Filipinos are proud, man. They really don't like that for real. They want to be known for creating, being responsible for their own good fortune. But the women that we seem to deal with, they just have a hard time. They can't do it on their own. They need us. So that's what they do. But she's only 17. When she turns 18, she's not going to be interested in y'all guys. I mean, how would you meet her if she wasn't on the dating site? You're not going to be, because she's one of those attractive women that we're afraid of. I mean, there's millions of women like her over here that you could come over here and chat. But we're not going to do it because we're afraid. I didn't say it. It's a fact. Men are afraid of approaching beautiful women, and there's so many beautiful women over here. If you're not, you're going to have great success over here because this is a thick culture over here, meaning the ugly women and the beautiful women, they just about act the same. Okay. And some of them, some of them got the big head. If you tell a woman she's beautiful, enough, she's going to start believing it. And the world is telling Filipinos that they're beautiful. And they've been doing it, the pandemic, for a long, long time. The guy said we're our worst enemy when it comes to these Filipinos. And we are. We put them on pedestals. They're not used to that. They're not used to the attention. When I came over in just 2009, almost 15 years ago, when I told a woman she was beautiful, she didn't believe it. She said, no one's ever told me I was beautiful but you and my mother. And she meant it. But now, hell, every damn woman on the internet's being told she's beautiful. You know, when they say Filipinos are beautiful, we put them all in one basket. Now, every Filipino is not beautiful, okay? I'm just telling you now. I'm being honest with you. Discerning Dash says, I was lucky, Cal. My girl did not need to upgrade. She actually had her own apartment for school and buys her own things. She does not need me for only money. Also, we're 4 years apart. I'm not that older. Okay, so how old are you and how old is she? And, you know, how did you meet her? That'll tell you a whole lot about the woman that you're dealing with. If you're meeting these women on the dating sites, man, you can't convince me she's any different than anybody else. Okay? I mean, you're preaching to the choir, man. I'm the choir over here. If you tell me you met her online, then I'm like, okay, well, what's the big deal? And just because she has an apartment, because guys kill me when they come over and they say, oh, yeah, they never been over here yet. They're chatting. Oh, she's got her own business. Yeah, sorry store in the back that nobody ever patronizes. They got 4 or 5 strands of Nescafe coffee and a couple of strands of cream silk shampoo. And that's her business. Oh, she's got her own house. Yeah, well, it's a plywood shack somewhere in the squatters area. It doesn't mean anything, guys, until you get boots on the ground over here and you see really what you're dealing with. Don't tell me she's got a business over here. You know, don't tell me that she's got her own house over here. What does that mean? That don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean the same thing as over there. Do some women over here got houses? Yeah, because a lot of OFWs and women who have been dealing with foreigners before, they send that money back here and they buy land and they buy houses. Okay? But I wouldn't care how much money a woman had over here. If she dealt with one of y'all before, I don't want her. I'm that shallow when it comes to that. Okay? I don't want her because I know Filipinos, they love hard. They'll give their all, man. When they think that you're the one, there's nothing they won't do. And then all of a sudden y'all break up. See, and this is where a lot of women, they take it bad, man. They take it hard. And you're going to pay for it. The next man that comes along, you're going to pay for it. You know, because they think everything is rosy. Then all of a sudden it's not. And it's not, you know how we are. We come from a different culture. We'll break up differently than over here. We'll just stop going around a woman. We'll just cut her off and stop answering her emails. We'll sneak back in the country and she won't even know it. And then you end up and, oh yeah, I'm over here now. I'm way in Mindanao now or something. And then that's how you break up with them. See? Because I tell people all the time, that first relationship probably is not going to work. I don't care how much you love. I don't care y'all live-in partners and everything. And sometimes it just doesn't take, it takes a while. You know what I mean? Take a year. But it's not going to work. And imagine all the heartache that could be avoided if you was just waited. But we move in with them the minute that we get off the plane. Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience said, Calvin, he said, thank you. I received less than $10 revenue from YouTube without live streams monthly. Thank God I don't need the money for income. I do this to keep busy and to inform folks. Yeah. And see, you're bearing witness to what I'm telling people. They think it's just me. YouTube it's changed its algorithm, man. They don't care about good content anymore. They're really pushing this junk out there. They're pushing the popular channels. It has nothing to do with content. If you don't believe me, go on YouTube. They'll show you what they're looking for. They think it's just me, man. I know what I've seen in my channel. Boom, it went down like that. Out of nowhere. I'm still the same guy. It's 300 people still on my live stream. People still want my content. They still ask about it. They wait around for it. But YouTube says, we're going in another direction. Okay? Don't tell me what I don't know. It's not like my content's not relevant. It is. How would you have consistently 300 people watching your live streams if your content isn't relevant? Okay, but the algorithm controls all of that. You got people who don't even do live streams. People who don't even have, they got their heads big and blown up because the algorithms caught them and they're riding the algorithm. They think, oh, it has something to do with them. No, YouTube controls all of that. Yeah, it is amazing, man, But they'll tell you that because the reason your views are going down because your content is not relevant anymore. I'm sorry, guys. Trust me. I'll put my content up against anybody's over here. The P, Paul, Vagabond Wakes, any of them, they can put side by side with me. I'll blow them away. But I don't have the popularity they've got. Okay? That's what determines all of that. I got to beg people to punch the like button on my channel. Imagine my video I made yesterday. Okay, what's the name of it? He got his old man wake-up call in the Philippines because he thinks he's something special. I can't even get 1,000 likes on that. That's crazy. Because people be hating, man. He said she don't have to. I do them because I don't know if it was Jason Flint or it was Jason somebody. It was early on, man. I wasn't even monetized yet. He said, Cal, you need to do live streams so that you can introduce yourself to your viewers and get to know them. It's the best advice I received on YouTube. Does it mess with my my click-through rate and all that? I really don't care, but whoever gave me that advice was spot on, because when people come over here, it's like I know them already. When they show up at my house, it's like I already know them. Like Efren Dunlap, when I met him and his girlfriend at my meet and greet. Like I've been knowing him my whole life, never met him before. Now, Frank takes you, hit that like button when you come in, please. Yeah, Efren, are you still here, man? I know you were in Cebu for a while. CJ Amadi said, Calvin, can you do an interview with John's wife? We need to see how she's doing. Well, she's moved on. She's basically got a John lookalike. She likes him like that. The only difference is, I think he's got a beard, but he might have shaved it off when he came over here. He's come over here already. And the reason I know is because her and Marilyn are friends on Facebook, and she's got another guy, basically a clone of John, basically. She likes him like that for some reason. But I don't think I don't know if she'd be comfortable because she knows everybody on my channel knew John. And that's just how they are over here, man. She would feel funny about that. But I do want to say that this is the type of community I've got, man. We really helped that woman, when John died. Because he basically left her nothing but that car. We gave her like 120,000 pesos, man. It's a lot of money, man, over here. It's like giving somebody $120,000 over there, believe it or not. But she wouldn't do that. she would never do that. She would be too embarrassed. She would think that, you know, we would make fun of her or something like that. I don't know. Ryan the Eating Warrior, thanks for that super chat. He says, I think P got an American guy running a channel. It's very on the nose material. Well, you know, it's kind of funny. It just seems like it's an American with a Filipino face, you know. See, remember, you can't act against your thinking. This is the reason why you're not going to get a nitty-gritty Filipino channel, because it goes against their thinking, goes against their culture. They can't do it. She's doing the best she can, and she's just, you know, men find her attractive. We love Filipinos, you know, and that's really the only way I can explain her in the Philippines. We love the Philippines. It's the only reason I can really explain her popularity, because it's really not the nitty gritty. It can get a whole lot nitty and a whole lot grittier, but you can't go against your thinking. So, you know, is that true? Maybe she does have somebody behind that, because they try, but they just can't do it. They don't know which way to turn. You know, when you see Roger and Ismi, when you see all these other channels, if they could do it, they would do it. It's not in their thinking to do it. You're not going to jump in the deep end of the swimming pool if you can't swim. And that's the reason why you don't see those type of channels. And when they can't do that, then they'll turn to troll. They know how to do that, but they don't really know how to keep you really interested and put out some real good nitty-gritty content. Okay, she's doing the best she can. And, you know, whoever did her business plan, she's got a great, this woman, man, is a celebrity, guys. I mean, you know, people, somebody's watching it. That's for sure. Somebody's watching it, because she's way up there. TJ Johnson, thanks for that super chat. He said, when's the DeVal meet and greet happening? A brother would love to attend one of these without a travel itinerary. Also, yeah, Starlink's portable. Well, hell, let's do it in November. Are you still going to be here? Because we can, if you can set that up, because they already set it up for October in Angeles City. And in September, it's here in San Carlos City. Because Maryland's the same way. She's like, let's have one here. I'm tired of traveling. Okay. Yeah, you know, but I do nothing but have big respect for P. Really, anybody in the YouTube community over here, you know, we should be a community. We should help each other. But they know I'm here, man. You know, they know I'm here. You know, it's just like, for some reason, they look at me as their competition. I'm not. You don't have competition on YouTube. Okay? People who like you are going to like you. I can watch me, Old Dog, her, Mark, and the rest of them if you want to. But there really is no competition. But that's the way they look at me. You know, and then Paul, he kind of disrespected me. That's why I won't go on his channel. I was at the meet and greet, man. I wanted to meet him. He come over there like he's some important guy. Hey, if you want to be on my channel, give your information to such and such, and blah, we'll make it happen. I'm looking at him like, dude, you right in front of me right now. Fuck you think you are? It pissed me off, man. I'm like, man, you crazy. You don't let that stuff go to your head, dude. You know, he's sitting right in front of me, right? Where he could say, hey, Cal, you know, let's change information. Let's do something together. He hits me with, oh, give your information to such and such, like to my people, and then we'll make it happen. I'm like, dude, get out of here with that. Come on, man. What's going on, Derek? He's over here now. And anybody's interested in Thailand, this is the guy to see. Derek Casanaro. He's got a big, gigantic Facebook group, brothers and sisters in Thailand. They got all the information you need for Thailand. Okay. But I had to come on there one time with Mr. Lee. A woman asked, said, hey, I need a driver, blah, blah, blah. I put Mr. Lee's information up there. She called Mr. Lee. He's all that, man. He's a real deal. If you go into Thailand, you want a driver, a tour guide, a friend, somebody show you around, he's the one. I don't get paid for it. But I put it on there of all the people. She contacted him and used him, man, and sent me a message and said, thank you so much. He was really great. He was. Jeffrey Tatter and Danny Jackson hooked me up with him. And I'm so thankful to those guys, man. Because I was nervous. I'd never been to Thailand before. I was a fish out of water. You know, the airport is so far away. Okay. It's not in Thailand. So I was worried about that. They hooked me up. But I'm going to have to get off here, guys. I want to thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support of Sunshine Shoulders. I got to go to the bank. And, you know, if you don't get over there today, you know, they close at 4, right? But at 2, they stop taking people. I'm sorry. You know, it's the Philippines. Brian, the Eating Warrior, thanks for that super chat. Said P has always been known to go on bigger shows to bump her views while not doing the same for lesser channels. Take that for what it is, I guess. You know, that's just, you know, if there was anything that I would criticize her for, because there's very little really that you could. It's just that she doesn't give enough back to her viewers. Now she obligated to do it, no, but you know, there's no live streams, there's no meet and greets. You know, when you're the biggest YouTuber over here, basically, certainly the most popular. I mean, she could be more popular. I mean, I'd hate to see her Patreon and her PayPal. I mean, I know she's rich. I know she's super rich. I just think that, you know, for all the support that we're giving people like her, I think we deserve it. I think we deserve to get to know her, you know. And that's the only thing I would say, you know. But, you know, I can't tell people how to run their channel. And maybe she's so big now that she can't, you know, she can't allow these men, especially would I allow Marilyn to be around some of these guys who they've become like groupies, really. You know, so you got to take that into account. When you got men walking around with her on their shirt and without her permission, they got a picture on their shirt, hats, pictures of her and on their wall and stuff like that. It could be dangerous, guys. You know, let's face it. Maybe that's why she's saying, hey, I need to stay at arm's length against you guys because y'all taking it too far, okay? But, you know, I think in the long run, she's going to have to start doing some of that. That's just my humble opinion. Yeah. No, he says, does Maryland have groupies? No, not like P. I mean, when you see that picture, you got to go back and watch my 3-year anniversary. You see the guy, he's got a picture of him and P together like they're a couple, and he's never met her before. See, that's the type of stuff, you know. How is he going to act if he does see her in person? Is he going to run and grab her or something? I don't know. Yeah, he said he bought that white man and did that white man grievances crap. Oh, no, he just kind of turned me off. I was at the same meet and greet with him. I'm like, dude, who you think you are? I'm right here in your face. Do you want to do a collaboration or not? Evidently, he didn't. He tells me to give my information, and it pissed me off. Like, who the fuck you think you are, man? Talking to me like that. I'm right here in your face. You tell me give my information to somebody. Like, come on, dude. Really? He said they love that ironing board. He said, yeah, that painting was creepy. So yeah, she's protecting herself. But yeah, guys, let me get off here, man. I gotta get out of here. Thank y'all so much. Okay, he says, okay, TJ, thanks for that super chat. He said, deal. But I'm doing it. We doing it on my turf. Okay, Aeon Towers rooftop in November coming up. Someone else by Alachon, I'll carry the rest of the water. That sounds good, man. Let's put that down then. We'll do that. So anybody in Deville, we're going to invade Deville Sunshine Shoulders community in November. I love to run into Mike's Philippine experience in Angeles City in October. I love to see the look on his face that he sees me in person.
Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely, Frank. He said, can we get you and Maryland on a little bit show? Yeah. Set that up, man. You know I help Lilibet, man. Y'all been with me for the longest. Hey, take care, everybody. My battery's running low on this stupid computer. Stay safe, man. Go check out that He Got His Old Man wake-up call. Don't get your old man wake-up call over here, man, trying to be all sedity over here. Come over here with some humility. Be humble, man, and you're going to have the time of your life. But you come over here thinking you all that. You're 78 years old. You got bad knees. They got to help you out of the tub and all that other stuff, man. It's coming, guys. Take care.